Right, my friends, the time has come to show you exactly how rubbish electric cars are, because we're off to the Isle of Skye. Now, I'm in Leeds at the moment. We've got roughly about 452 miles to get to the Isle of Skye. It's 10:40 a.m. at the moment. We've got to go and get some charge in the car. Now, I can hear you already, you evangelist. Should have charged up before at home, shouldn't you? Well, I was at a girlfriend's house and she doesn't have a charger there, so no, I shouldn't. However, what I am going to do is I am going to go to Porsche, which has a fast charger, because this car can charge, I think it's the fastest charging electric car in the world. So we're going to go and charge it at Porsche if there's any charging points available. We've got 199 miles of range, 75% of battery. I want to make sure that it is on 100% charge, so we're going to go there first. We're also going to take note of exactly how much this is going to cost me to get to the Isle of Skye. I may have to stay over there as well because it's going to be late by the time I get there. I've not put it in Waze at the moment. And also, by the way, I can hear the evangelists already. Have you planned your journey? No, I haven't, because I'm just going to put it in the sat nav and I'm just going to go like any normal person would do. So no, I haven't. Well, fail to plan. No, plan to fail. Fail to plan. Plan to fail. That's your saying, isn't it? Well, I'm not going to try and fail today. I'm actually going to try and make it as easy as possible and show you a realistic view of what an electric car, an all electric vehicle, is like on a long journey. The Isle of Skye is beautiful as well, so I'm told, and I've seen on Google, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of the sights along the way. Keep me company, I'll show you the sights. I have got my drone with me in the boot, but it's very, very windy, and it's probably going to be even windier up there, and we've got rain as well, so it's going to make it quite interesting. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Okay, then let's go. Right, so we're in luck. We have a charge point available. Here we go. Okay, so let's pull in here. Now, this is subsidised. Let me just put the suspension up so I can go a little bit closer. Here we go. Come on, keep going. I think we'll do there. Okay, so what have we got? Let's have a look on mileage. Where are we? 217 miles of range. In fact, I've turned the aircon off, which amends it. There we go. 199 miles of range when I turn the AC on. So we've got 199 miles of range, 74% of battery. I turn the AC off because you can hear it on the microphone, but I leave the AC on while I'm driving. So 199 miles of range, 74% of battery. It's now 10:53 a.m. So make note of all this. Get your pen and paper, your keyboards, and let's work out how much this is going to cost and how long it's going to take. Come on, onwards. Right, now I've got my Porsche charge card here, so again, subsidised. Authentication in progress. Authentication successful. Plug in. Preparing Please wait. Please wait. Now remember, these are fast chargers. This is, I believe, the fastest charging electric car in the world. So we'll find out. We're now 5 to 11. It started 74%. Well, here, have a look, work it out yourself. There we go, voltage 787 volt, 60 amps, 47 kilowatts, charging power. We'll see how it goes anyway. The good point is here I can have a free coffee and I don't have to pay for it, and they've got biscuits. Take a couple extra as well, stick them in the car for the journey. Come on. Right, it's 11:30, it's 99% charged. We've got a Polestar car here wanting to charge on a Porsche charger. You can't do that. It's for Porsche. These should be for Porsches only. Now I know how Tesla fans feel, and Tesla owners, when I pole up on a Tesla charger. Anyway, we're going to call it a day. We're going to get on the road and see how much it is. So come on, onwards. Right, okay, so it's 11:38. Take note of all this. It's come to £24.15. You can see on screen there, duration 37 minutes, etc. And start and stop, and the amount of kilowatts, etc. So now we're going to get on the way to the Isle of Skye. We may have to stop along the way and get a hotel because it's going to be about 8 hours, I think. I've put in Isle of Skye guest house because on Waze it wouldn't give me a route to just the Isle of Skye, so I've put Isle of Skye guest house, which is, we probably won't be stopping there because it looks like it's all booked up. It's a 429 mile journey, 7 hours and 42 minutes, and it says we're going to get there at 7:20. We'll see along the way how long we go, because obviously I'm going to have to charge up again, so we'll probably stop somewhere overnight, etc. But it'll be a bit of a fun journey. Remember though, if you'd got a diesel, you would basically just get in it and go, wouldn't you really? That's the difference. I guess we've already wasted some time there. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hit the road. I'm looking forward to this. Come on, onwards. You know, I thought, blimey, my backside's cold, and because it's warmer in the car, it's turned on the cooling seat, so it's blowing onto my back. Anyway, we've got 99% because the Polestar was waiting around to charge, and I thought, well, you know, I mean, I do feel a bit sort of like, I know how the Tesla people feel now when, you know, like a Porsche poles up and, you know, wants to charge on their chargers, and I'm like, why are you charging on a Porsche charger? get away, get away. Anyway, 99% of charge. We've got, oh, better slow down to 40 because got speed cameras. 263 miles of range, so and 429 miles to go. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of donuts and a lot of coffee stops, so maybe room for some fish and chips along the way. And do you know what, I can't wait. The open road, it's just going to be fantastic. You know though, if I'd have took Sarah's car, because she's got a VW diesel, I probably could have got there, maybe not back. Would anyone have got there? Is there a diesel car that would have got there and back to Leeds? Pop it in the comment section down below. I also nicked a bottle of sparkling water from Porsche as well, so I thought I'd get my money's worth. You know, 2 lots of biscuits, coffee and sparkling water, free. Get in. Right, let's get on the M1 North. Here we go. And then we'll play a little game, shall we? We'll have a little game. Where we're going here, 55 miles we've got to go now on without turning again towards Brough, Penrith. Anyway, let's play this game. So I want you to tell me in the comments section down below what the stereotypical EV driver is like. I'm gonna give you an idea and give you my scenario of what the stereotypical EV driver is like. First of all, I'm gonna say most of them, 98% of them, are gonna be vegans, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, they're gonna be vegans, or at the least vegetarians, okay? I'm gonna say 25% of them, maybe 30% of them, no, 28% of them will agree with the Just Stop Oil protesters, and I'm going to say I'm going to say probably 47% of them are probably swingers, and they're all a bit pasty because they don't eat meat, and I'm going to say some of them, probably 27% of them, would be found in their electric car down Blidworth Bottoms on an evening, flashing their headlights. Not too often though, because obviously they don't want to, you know, they want to conserve battery, don't they? So there's my scenario of an EV driver. That doesn't include me, by the way, because I'm not an evangelist. I don't like electric cars. I like how they drive, I've said them before, but the actual practicality of them, complete crap, aren't they really? It's just garbage. As you've seen there, we've already wasted time. I don't know where this idea comes from. Well, I do actually. I've said before, it's the government trying to push you into it and control you so that we don't drive at all. So there you go. I mean, look at, what's his name? Rishi Sunak or whatever? Driving around in his big car, and then he's got, I think he's got his own, he's not got his own aeroplane, but he commissions some Airbus or whatever to fly around in. Yeah, he tells us to drive around in these overgrown milk floats. Well, it's nuts. Then you've got that other, I can't say it on camera, that other bloody idiot, what's his name? The Mayor of London. I won't say his name just in case. But what a prat he is, isn't he, eh? I mean, come on. The crime rate in London has gone up because all he's interested in is putting people in bike lanes, ultra low emission zones, congestion charges. How about, I tell you what, send this to him and tweet it to him. I'm going to be polite with him though. Mr. Khan, how about you get an EV, get rid of all your Range Rovers or whatever you've got, and all your petrol or diesel cars or whatever, and you change over just to having an electric car. That'd be good. Then we'd have a lot more respect for you. There you go. Anyway, come on, onwards, my friends. Here we go, first traffic jam of the journey. Now then, I'll tell you what I found interesting is, and I don't know who it was, but in one of the previous EV, electric vehicle videos that I did, there was a subscriber who said that he had an Audi e-tron, which is an all-electric car, and he said that he basically got rid of it. He said it was an absolute nightmare. If you're watching again, just pop it in the comment section down below and let me know you're watching. And are you still, he'd gone back to a petrol car again. Are you still driving that petrol car? And what exactly made you get rid of your Audi e-tron, apart from the fact that the infrastructure is not there, electric cars, just a bad idea really, unless you're going to charge at home. The range on them's terrible as well. You know, just pop it in the comment section down below for me. Anyway, at least the sun's out. Look on the bright side. And it's now 12 o'clock. I don't think we're going to make it today, but we'll see. We will see. Apparently the Isle of Skye's got a lot of potholes on their road, so I need to watch my alloys. Right, come on. Oh yes, somebody had got a Mini as well. Now if anyone's got an electric Mini, let me know in the comment section down below. I want to try and get hold of a Mini to review, because apparently they only do about 110-mile range. Now I love Minis. I had a Mini Cooper a few years back, and well, many years back. It was the new version of it when it was redesigned, and I loved it. And I thought, oh, I'd love to see what the electric one drives like. If you've got one, let me know. Now then, quick update, 88% of battery, 232 miles of range, only another 395 miles to go, 7 hours and 3 minutes. However, we've got to charge, otherwise we won't get there. A lot of people in the comment section saying, why don't you just get rid of this car? Well, I'll tell you actually, I went to take my car in the other day to have a new tyre put on, which takes a day, the next day to do it, because it's a special tyre. It's strange, isn't it, that car manufacturers now don't put a spare wheel in the boot, you know, or anything like that, or have run flat tyres. Strange, but there we go. Some do, BMW do, but no run flat tyres on this. Very odd. Anyway, I took the car in and I said, can I get a valuation on the car? Now, bear in mind, about 9 months ago, this car was worth more than when I bought it, right? Okay, because I think there was like a shortage of them, or there was a chip shortage or whatever, transistor shortage. Now, I went in the other day and I said, can you give me a price on it? And it's now worth roughly about £10,000. I'd be, because I lease it as well, but I'd have to give it back. I'd basically have to give them £10,000. So it's worth virtually half what the original cost is. It literally has dropped like a stone. Now I've read that people don't want to buy used electric vehicles, and quite rightly so, because as you know, batteries degrade like they do in mobile phones. You know, your iPhone, if you've had it for a couple of years, it never lasts as long as it did when it was new, does it? So there we go. So I'm now, to give it back, I'd have to give them £10,000 to hand it back. So yeah, there's your answer. That's why I don't give it back, because I haven't got £10,000 to hand it back to them. So it looks like I'm stuck in this oversized milk float. Anyway, let's crack on. Scotch corner. Well, I'm not going to stop yet. I'm going to keep going. We've got plenty of charge left, so we're good to go. You know, I've got to say, I feel really strongly about electric cars and all this EV malarkey, and how the government and the powers that be are trying to push us into driving these vehicles and getting the motor manufacturers to shove TV commercials and magazine adverts, etc., down our throats, and radio commercials about the EV future, and also how you can have an electric car subscription, etc. Everything, I've said this before, but I'll just say this again, everything's turning into a subscription based what's the word I'm looking for? Everything's turning subscription based anyway. Applications on your phone, you pay a subscription. Movies, subscription. TV channels, subscription. And it all mounts up. Now you're going to have a car, subscription. BMW, they're going to charge you an extra subscription for your heated seats, and if you don't pay it, they'll turn them off. And it's all just getting out of hand. It's absolutely ridiculous. But they're shoving these electric car adverts down our throats to brainwash us into thinking that we need these electric vehicles and this is the future, and it damn well isn't the future at all. And if it was, then they'd be driving them themselves, and they're not. You show me any global leader that has got an electric car as his main vehicle, because they won't have it. They'll be driving around in armour-plated Range Rovers that are gas guzzlers, or if they're here in the States, it'll be a Chevrolet or whatever, and that's what they're doing. You know, you've got on the news a few months ago, you've got the President of the United States, can't remember his name. In fact, I don't think he can remember his name either, can he? But that's controversial. But he was in an electric car, you know, and he's going, this is amazing. And I looked and I thought, yeah, but you haven't got an electric car. You're driving around in a parade of vehicles that are gas guzzlers, but you're telling everybody else to buy one. What do you take us for? Sheep? I mean, that's basically what they're taking us for. They're taking us as sheep. Just get the sheep to do what we want, and we'll herd them into the slaughterhouse, basically, and we'll just get them eventually, because none of them will be able to afford electric cars. And if you get an electric car, what we'll do is we'll turn the power off, or we won't let them charge at certain times, so we'll keep them where we want them. Basically it's just to stop freedom of movement, and I haven't got a tinfoil hat. I feel really strongly about it, and you look in the comments section, and these people that they've brainwashed, the evangelists who are dead set on, they will not have a word said against their electric cars or electric vehicles. They're just totally brainwashed. I mean, I don't understand it. I've seen very few electric car owners who go, yeah, they're crap, you know. And of course it drives better or faster than an internal combustion because it's a motor, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter how fast it drives, does it? Because, you know, you can't drive fast anyway because we've got cameras everywhere. So no, I feel really strongly about it, and some of the comments in the comment section are really abusive towards me for saying negative things about their beloved electric vehicles. And you know, they go personal with it. They're really personal about it. You know, you're stupid. Well, you've done that wrong to start with. It's just normally it's one of 4 different comments. They'll just comment on the same thing. You've done it all wrong, you didn't plan right, you got the wrong car. I've said before to all Tesla owners who've just joined us, or just joined this video, right? I don't want a Tesla. It looks like a suppository, and there's a reason for that, because you can take your Tesla and you can shove it up your backside, because they look bloody awful, don't they? I mean, come on, a Tesla. Can you imagine the professionals, Bodie and Doyle, back in the day, poling up, chasing somebody around in a Tesla? I mean, you can't take it seriously, can you? Even this car that's a Porsche, and it looks amazing, but can you imagine them poling up in this, chasing around in a car that's so heavy? Because these electric cars are so heavy, it's unbelievable. Which takes me to another point, and I know I'm rambling on here, but I feel really strongly about it, and as I'm sure most of you do as well, who are not evangelists. These cars are that heavy. There's talks now about public car parks, NCPs, etc., multi-storey car parks, collapsing because of the weight of these cars, because they weigh tons. Pop in the comment section how heavy this Porsche Taycan is. Is it 2 ton or something, or 1 point something ton, 2 ton? I don't know. It's really heavy. It's unbelievable. I've took it in an underground garage before, where you have to put it in one of them car lifts to go down into a basement, and it was on the edge of not being able to be allowed on that lift because it was too heavy. That's how heavy these cars are, and they're ripping up the roads as well. Absolute madness, honestly. Anyway, I've had my rant over, but I do feel really strongly about it. So all you evangelists, I haven't just kept this car just so I can moan about it. I've kept it because it's lost all its value, because they're worthless. And VW also, by the way, if you look and do your research, have now scaled back the production of their electric cars because the demand for them is falling. Maybe people are waking up. Maybe I'm making a difference. Maybe I'm making a difference. If you're looking at buying an electric car, let me just tell you, don't. I'll tell you what I don't understand, and I've said this before as well, but nobody's actually ever answered this, so please answer this one in the comment section for me, okay? So you've got the government and the powers that be that want to get us into electric vehicles. They don't want us driving diesel or petrol cars, even though they're still doing it. Be interesting though, won't it, as well? I'm going off on a tangent here. When no more electric or petrol cars can be sold, will they then go into electric vehicles, or will they have specially made petrol and diesel cars for them to travel around in? Well, I wonder whether that'll happen. Now they're trying to say that, you know, petrol and diesel cars are bad for the environment, you know, all the fumes and the emissions, but nobody keeps mentioning, nobody says anything about, you know, aeroplanes and ships, the big cruise liners. They're one of the biggest polluting things on Earth, forms of transport on Earth, but nobody ever mentions them. You know, we've still got those, and we've still got aeroplanes that our politicians are travelling around on, and, you know, and helicopters, etc., or whatever, that they're travelling around in. I mean, I can guarantee you when Rishi Sunak travels from, you know, London to Edinburgh or whatever, I guarantee you he'll use an aeroplane. I think Boris Johnson used an aeroplane the other week, and he was like, oh yeah, but I've got to get around quickly, you know, I've got to get from here to here quickly, you know. Yeah, I'm sure you have. But so nobody ever mentions, you know, they want to get net zero and reach net zero, by the way, which is something they've made up. Need to go 50 miles an hour here, but they still traveling around in airplanes, and we still traveling around in airplanes as well. So you can get rid of all the cars on the road and make them electric, but we've still got planes polluting our skies. And if you look how many are in the air at the moment on one of them, you know, apps that you've got, there's thousands of them polluting the atmosphere. It's crazy. And so these are going to make zero difference, really. It doesn't make any sense unless you've got your wits about you. And it does make sense to me. It's to stop freedom of movement, in my opinion. Now, I want to talk about car styling and designs of cars and how they look, but before I do that, I just had something in my head that I got my mum in my head. I'm looking at the clouds, and she used to go, do you remember this, by the way? You probably only had this in England. And she'd look and she'd go, looks a bit black over Bill's mother's. I mean, who's Bill's mother? It looks a bit black over Bill's mother's. Where did that saying come from? It looks a bit black over Bill's mother's. Anyway, I don't know whether you've heard of it. Is it just something my mum used to say? I've no idea. Anyway, moving on. There's nothing to do with electric cars. If you look at electric cars, there must be a contest on between certain car manufacturers on how ugly they can make an electric car look. Now, take the Porsche Taycan out of the equation because it's a Porsche or a Porsche or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it looks a fantastic car. This is what, you know, an electric car should look like. And I guess the Audi e-tron, that looks all right as well. But most of them, the Tesla I've told you, looks like a suppository. It's terrible. And that Polestar that was in the car park, that looks like something that my James had drawn. You know, like I used to draw when you was a kid, and you'd draw just the wheel arches. It looks like that. And then the other day, I saw a Toyota with this no grill on the front or anything. It was just it looked like a box. It was all, looks like a Portaloo on wheels. It was terrible. And I thought, I wouldn't want to be seen dead driving around in that thing. It looked absolutely awful. There's a load of other ones as well. You look at electric cars and there must be a contest on to see how damn ugly they can make these things. I mean, good grief. I don't know whether it's just, I mean, it isn't just me, but is it just me? I'm a designer and I look and I just think, God, they look terrible. It's awful. Anyway, there you go. Rant over. Come on, onwards. Oh, it's raining. Now, the viewers that are of my age and come from my era will have grown up with the TV that I grew up with. A lot of it American TV, some of it UK TV as well. And you'd have your heroes, wouldn't you, when you was a kid? And your heroes would always have a car. That'd be part of the feature of the movie or the series that we watched. Like I've said before, The Professionals. Who had their Ford Capri, Bodie and Doyle in their Ford Capri. It was iconic. They also, I think, had a Ford Escort, an early Ford Escort as well. And it was fantastic. I used to absolutely love it. It was brilliant. And then like your American TV movies like The Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds in as well. You know, you'd got the cars in that. It was fantastic. Hardcastle and McCormick was one that I used as well. That had a sports car in it. The car was part of the actual movie or series. It featured just as much as the characters themselves, Starsky and Hutch. You got the was it, I can't remember what that was, Gran Torino I think it was, or something, you know, and that featured in it. In fact, so much that in the 70s and 80s in the UK, people would have red Datsuns, wouldn't they, and they'd get the, you know, the local place to put a white stripe down the side of it. It was, those were the days, and it was brilliant, and the cars were, they were fantastic, and you'd have, you know, songs sung after cars and stuff. You know, that was it, Mustang Sally, and name some songs that have got cars featuring in it. And it was, the cars were just part of, you know, movies, songs, TV series, and we're going to lose all that now. I mean, you know, can you imagine, come on, Starsky and Hutch in a Tesla or a Polestar or whatever, with a white stripe down the side of it? I mean, behave. It's just gonna, where are we gonna be? I mean, I'm so glad that I grew up, I've got a bit of a tear in my eye, I'm so glad that I grew up in the era that I grew up in, because it was brilliant. And you're gonna get people saying, no it wasn't, you know, there was power cuts and stuff, but no, it was. It was absolutely brilliant. We grew up in an era where we had fantastic cars that had character, and we're losing all that. You know, my little lad James, I mean, he loves cars, but the cars that he pushes around at the moment, he's actually got, his uncle bought him a Tesla car to run around on, but I mean, that got thrown by the wayside. But he's also got, you know, iconic cars as well. I mean, if you look at the Ford Mustang, God, that was a sexy car years ago. The original Ford Mustang was a sexy car. It was fantastic. And if you look now at what it's become, the latest Ford Mustang, I mean, crikey, I wouldn't even want burying in that. It's dread. Where have Ford, where have your designers gone, where you thought, yeah, look at this original Ford Mustang, we're going to make it electric and we're going to make it look crap? What have you done? You've ruined it. It's not even a Ford Mustang. It's awful. Anyway, I'm just so glad. Crikey, it is, the clouds are low up here. Blooming heck. Right, can you imagine running out of electric up here? There's nothing. Anyway, come on, let's crack on. Let's give you an update. 67% of charge, 169 miles, and my ears are popping, I must be high. 347 miles to go, 6 hours and 14 minutes, and we're just now coming into Cumbria. Welcome to Cumbria. There we go. Crossing from Yorkshire, I think, to Cumbria. Yeah, Cumbria, beautiful place. Right, come on, onwards. Here's another one for you. Magnum PI, right? That beautiful red Ferrari. And he changed the gear and can you imagine that? Just change that now. You've got Magnum PI there in his flowery shirt, you know, the women loving him, and he drives up and he's in a Polestar or whatever it is, or a Tesla. I mean, it's not gonna work, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's not. We're losing identity, we're losing charisma, we're losing soul. We really are. To what? To a bunch of numpties who are telling us, you know, that we're going to have to drive electric cars. Well, they don't. Good grief. Come on. Stand up. Let's all stand up and make a stance. End the electric car. Stop this madness. Tweet this video. Share this video on Facebook. Let's stop this madness. I own an electric car and I'm telling you, they're crap. They're not fit for purpose. Come on, let's get character back. Let's give the car manufacturers the right to produce great looking cars again. Cars that sound fantastic and look great and have heart and soul. Not these oversized milk floats. I mean, come on, crikey. We've tried it before. I mean, the Sinclair C5.
The Sinclair C5. It's a new power in personal transport.
That was going to be a brilliant idea, wasn't it? You know, a washing machine motor. Good grief. I'm forgetting the most iconic one of all. I mean, come on. James Bond and his Aston Martin. Is it his DB7, is it, or whatever? Right, with the, you know, the bulletproof shield on the back of the car, and it sprayed oil from the back, etc., and your ejector seat. I mean, I could do with an ejector seat now. Come on, just get an evangelist, pop in here, yeah, I'll show you the car. Through the roof, there you go. I mean, James Bond with his Aston Martin DB7. James Bond, most of the scenes in James Bond revolve around either him in bed with a woman or, you know, with the car chasers. You know, Aston Martin DB7's chasing other fantastic sports cars. You can't do that now. Can you imagine doing that in an electric car with no noise? It'd be pointless, wouldn't it? James Bond chasing somebody in his Polestar or his Tesla. James Bond all there suited up, got his Omega watch or his Omega watch on or whatever, you know, and he's there in his whatever shoes, his expensive leather shoes, and steps into his Polestar. It's not going to work. We're going to kill everything off. You'd got the Saint. I think he'd got a Volvo, hadn't he? The Saint had got a Volvo. Even down to cars that were falling apart, like Columbo's car.
Is it safe? The car? Yes, absolutely.
And I think that was a Peugeot. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think that was a Peugeot. And I think it was a convertible car, because sometimes you couldn't get the roof on it. But that car even looked sexy. It looked fantastic. I loved it. It was just brilliant, wasn't it? You imagine Steve McQueen in a Tesla. Come on. Come on. Another car in front there. Hyundai Ionios or whatever it is. It looks awful. That looks like something that I drew when I was a kid on a piece of paper at school in crayon. It's terrible. Who's designing these things? I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? Look at a Hyundai Ionios. It looks dreadful. Good grief. I think, oh my word, no, it's just wrong. It is totally wrong. Do you know what? I find Miriam Margolyes sexier than that, or I don't know, Hattie Jakes sexier than that. Honestly, it's just terrible. Good grief. I mean, I said earlier on, didn't I? Do you know this car's actually swaying? It's trying to kill me, this car. The car's trying to kill me. It's on cruise control. It's got that lane assist and it's dragging me over today, and I'm not even going over the lane. I said earlier on that a certain percentage of EV owners were swingers, right? Well, they put their they put their car keys, don't they, in a bowl, don't they? And then you pick out the car keys, and whoever's car keys you've got, you get to go off with or whatever, that kind of thing, right? Can you imagine the car keys? And if I went to like one of them parties, which I wouldn't, by the way, you'd look and you'd be like, okay, let's have a look. Hyundai Ioniq, oh, Tesla, okay, Polestar, I don't know, Ford or whatever. You'd be like, you'd look for the one, wouldn't you? You'd have to look for the one that isn't an electric car. See if there's, see if there's a couple there that's actually got a nice car. Because I mean, you can imagine, picture what the couple's going to look like, right? Hyundai Ioniq, right? Definitely, absolutely no way. Don't pick them keys up, right? Polestar, probably not. No, we'll give that one a miss. Tesla, maybe at a push, if there was no other choice, because you can picture what they're going to look like with these cars. Hyundai Ioniq, no thanks. Give me Miriam Margolyes any day over somebody with a Hyundai Ioniq. Oh dear. Now tell me, if you do have one of these Hyundai Ioniqs or whatever they're called, right? What on earth, you've got to tell me in the comment section, what on earth possessed you to actually buy one of those cars? Did you surely you could not think, oh, look at that, hey, look at this, Derek, it looks wonderful, this, the Hyundai Ioniq. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it, Vera? Yeah, it does. Hey, you're like, why? If you think that looks sexy, then you must be the kind of person that thinks Sam Smith looks sexy. I mean, honestly, I'm lost for words. You know, we need to make a stance. We need to stand up, right? We need to stop being sheep. We need to stop being lemmings that are being led to the cliff edge, right? And we need to stand up and say, no, we're not going to conform. We're not going to have electric cars because it's a crap idea, right? Rather than actually just doing what we're told. Because I've sat now and told you for a year that these cars are not practical. It doesn't make any sense, and it's basically all about, in my opinion, I have to say that, about control and freedom of movement, right? So if we all said no in 2035 or 2030 or whatever it is, when we're not allowed to buy, you know, internal combustion engines anymore, and we all said no, we're going to carry on with them, we want them, right? Then it wouldn't happen. There's more likelihood that they would say, oh right, okay then, well, we're gonna have to, this is not going to work, right? But we're all doing as we're told, and they know that we're going to do as we're told, because I'm trying to give you a scenario and I'm trying to say it so that I don't get into trouble. About 2 years ago, right, we were told that, you know, and I'm not getting into this, by the way, I don't want to get into the politics of what happened there, but we were told you can't go out, you can't have parties unless you live at number 10 Downing Street, controversial. You can't go within 2 meters of somebody unless you are a politician and you're having an affair. controversial. But anyway, I'm not going into that. I'm not interested. That's gone, that's past. But we were told that we were given rules and we adhered by these rules. Okay, so they know that we're going to adhere to these rules, and that's why they're saying you've got to drive electric cars. So stand up for once and say no. And yet again, the government, who still had parties, right, they're still driving their internal combustion engine cars. Just open your eyes. Let's just say no. Electric cars are a bad idea, and I'm not buying one. If none of us bought an electric car, then all this madness would end. So please, wake up. Don't buy an electric car. Right, I'm just going to pull in here a minute and change the battery on my GoPro, because the battery's running out on my GoPro. Because batteries run out, you know, because they're not very good. Because I've had this GoPro now for about a year, and it used to last about, what was it? It used to last about 40 minutes or something. Anyway, the time that it lasted, it's now halved because of the health of the battery, and that's because batteries, we all know batteries are rubbish, don't we? Anyway, I'm going to change the battery. There we go. Right, okay, let's get back on the road again. Now then, another one for you. Now you can play this game with me. Inspector Morse, didn't he have like an old style, let's take off, oh, my kidneys, good grief. That's the only thing with electric cars that are any good. The actual torque of them, it literally pulls your kidneys into your back. Good grief. Inspector Morse, he had an old style Jag, didn't he? God, I think my mum had one of them. They were sexy, weren't they? I mean, again, if you had like a Tesla or an Ioniq or whatever, it wouldn't be the same, would it? It just wouldn't have the same. It's the cars were the stars of the show. In fact, as much as the actual people was as well. Oh, there's a Tim Hortons over there. The cars was just as much of a star as the actual, let me get right where I'm going here, hang on, as the actual actors themselves. But now it's just, where am I going? Left here, that's it. Keswick. But it just wouldn't work, would it, with a Tesla or whatever? It's just, nah, we're losing it. Anyway, come on, I need to concentrate for a minute. I'll see you in a minute. Right, bit of an update for you. We've got 57% of battery, 146 miles of range. We've now got 317 miles to go. It's 1:47 in the afternoon. It says we're going to arrive at 7:28. As I say, that's probably going to be longer because we've got to keep charging. So we may not make it in one go. So you've got to literally add on the cost of a hotel or accommodation or whatever, unless you want to sleep in the car. Quick question for you. I've just passed like a coach there, you know, like National Express or whatever, or those big buses or whatever, or Greyhound if you're in the States. How is that going to work if that goes electric? Because what are they going to do, keep stopping every hour or every 100 and whatever miles to charge up, and then the people in the coach have got to get off? Right, see you in about another hour and a half once the coach is charged up. What's going to happen? Or are they going to have sort of like waypoints where they drop a coach off and they change them onto the next coach that's charged up? How's it going to work? Lorries, how's that going to work? I've just ordered something on Amazon. If all the Amazon lorries are, you know, electric or whatever, what are they going to do? You can have it in a week because the you know, they had to stop to charge up 42 times. It's not going to work, is it? It doesn't make sense. And are we ever going to have electric planes? Well, I don't think we are, because we probably won't. Us mere minions, us mortals, mere mortals are just going to not end up flying, are we? We're going to end up staying within our 15 minutes, you know, area that they've put us in. It's not going to be good times, is it? Like, we lived the best times. Anyway, don't forget, play the game with me. Pop it in the comments section. A film or a movie or a series that had a fantastic car, that the car was just as much of the star as the actor was as well. So I actually took the wrong turning there. I was trying to get to the Gretna services, and I ended up in Gretna Green, where everybody they run off to get married, don't they? There we go. Right, let me turn right here. Is that right? Do people still do that? Is that a thing now, where they run off to Gretna Green? They're madly in love and they run off to Gretna Green in their open top Mustang or their open top Porsche Boxster or whatever. I mean, you can't imagine them running off in a Hyundai Ioniq or anything, could you really? But there we go. Anyway, let's try and get back on. Where is this taking me now? I'm going down, I don't know where I'm going now. I don't know. Let's just go with it and enjoy the scenery. We're in Scotland. Okay, the new. See you, Jimmy. Who used to do that? It was Russ Abbott, wasn't it, that started that? See you, Jimmy. Right, so I've found Gretna services and I've charged here before, so I'm hoping is the one free there? I believe. Oh, is it gonna be on the right side? Yeah, let's go in here. I believe I can get in here. We've got a Kia EV6. Again, looks terrible. We've got a Volvo, and I liked Volvos, but the front of the Volvos now on the electric cars just look terrible. Oh, we've got a Ford Mustang. I'm going to try and get a shot of that Ford Mustang for you, because it looks bloody dreadful. I mean, it looks awful. What were they thinking? Anyway, let's get out, park up, and let's put some charge in this. 43%, 110 miles. It's 2:20 in the afternoon now, so remember that, 2:20 in the afternoon. Let's get this bad boy charged up. I mean, come on, look at it there. Look at, I'm going to take a video of it through the window. Just look, that is a Ford Mustang. It looks bloody awful. I mean, good grief, I wouldn't want to be buried in that. In fact, it's got a coffin on the top of it. Looks awful. Right, again, I can use my Porsche charging card with this one, so I get discounted charging, so it should be cheaper for me. So where are we? Where's my Porsche card? There we go. So let's get this thing plugged in. And I've just remembered it's the wrong side. This is not the fast charging point, so I'm going to have to back the car up and reverse it in the other way. So back in the car again. I haven't done this on purpose, by the way, evangelists, to make it look difficult. Oh, right, come on, power on. Let's back this thing up. So now I've got to back up, there we go, and reverse in without, because all these places are really tight and you end up curbing your alloys or scraping your spoiler on the bottom of them, because they put the curbs really high up. So let's try and get in. Oh, hopefully we're not going to take my spoiler off on the front there. This car's huge as well. Don't forget, these electric cars are a lot bigger because of all the batteries on them. That's it, here we go. I think we're all right. Right, second time lucky, hopefully. Here we go. There's a Mercedes there as well, and the Mercedes used to look great. They just make, it's like they can't be bothered, isn't it, the designers? They just go, ah, it's an electric car. There we go. Just, I mean, what's it done? It looks like it's been designed by AI. Right, let's try again. Turn the milk float off. 111 miles range. Come on. Plug into vehicle. Here we go. Remember, it's on the passenger side. Fast charge point, passenger side. Right, let's present the card. Authorization confirmed. Preparing to charge. I don't like the sound of it. It's like a woo. It's like you're going to get one of them things that you had at school where you put your hands on it and your hair used to stand on end. It sounds like that. I feel a bit nervous. And it's charging. Doesn't seem to be giving anything out. Oh no, it's working. So it's time for Costa coffee and a sandwich or something, like the evangelist does. They must be huge. Keep eating donuts, sandwiches, Costa coffees. I don't know. It's crazy. Electric. What are you saving in fuel? You're paying in donuts and food and coffee. So it's saying an hour to charge to full. Well, it's 2:30, so that's an hour taken off of my travel time, or added on to my travel time. This is the issue, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. It's ridiculous. And people are sat in the cars. I don't personally like sitting in my electric car while it's having massive loads of kilowatts shoved into it, and the batteries are literally, I'm sat on them. Not for me. I'd rather just get out of the car. Anyway, I'm going to grab a coffee and a little bite to eat. I've not had any lunch, so, and I do need a bit of a break anyway, so come on. You know what, I was going to have a Costa coffee, but I'm in Scotland. You've got to have an iron brew, made in Scotland, from girders.
Bar's Iron Brew, made in Scotland from girders.
I love an iron brew. Right, and some Monster Munch as well. There we go, only got an hour to kill, probably about 50 minutes now. Right, 2:45, eating my sandwiches, eating my Monster Munch. Going to spark open the iron brew now as well. It grinds a little bit, doesn't it? Grates a little bit when you're looking over at the filling station there and people are just pulling in, spending a couple of minutes and then zooming off and on the way, and I'm still wandering around thinking, oh, I'll spend some more money and have a cup of coffee and a bar of chocolate now while I'm waiting. And by the way, there's no bins over here at the electric charge points. Loads of bins over there. You think you'd have bins here? There's more people eating here than there is over there. Anyway, still just got to wait a bit longer, another 45 minutes and we'll be on our way. Right, it's 3:05. Mouth watering. Had some wine gums while I was waiting, and we've fully charged to 100%. So let's pop this back and see how much it's cost me. Right. Oh, okay. So it's now 7 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. It's cost £15.84. We've got 52.81 kilowatts per hour at the kWh. So £15.84. That is that bad? What's that? Is that did that work out cheaper than Porsche did when I charged it at Porsche? I think it did, didn't it? You have to let me know in the comment section down below. I'm pretty sure it did, didn't it? Yeah, so £15.84 subsidised. We were at 100%. We've got 261 miles on range there, and I'm not sure how many miles we've got left to go because I need to connect that back to there, and then I'll tell you exactly how many miles we've got left. Here we go. 1 second. Activate Bluetooth. Yeah, go. Here we go. And this will tell you how many miles we've got left to get to where we're going. 288 miles, so we're going to need another charge before we get there because we've only got 261 miles of range. It says we're going to get there at 8:20. Probably going to have to stay somewhere overnight. So you've got to, you know, you've got to add into the fact that we're stopping overnight now, whereas we could have gone up in a diesel and probably come back. So there we go. Anyway, come on, let's get back on the road. And I'll tell you what I haven't had a drink of yet. Got to have a drink of my iron brew. Best invention ever from Scotland. Woo! Oh, I'm awake. Onwards. They blocked off the exit there from the EV charging point, and they made you go through the petrol station. So I literally had to go past the petrol pumps in my EV. What are you doing? You're torturing me. You're torturing me. You're torturing us. There you go. Come and have a look at what you could have won. They've done a Jim Bowen to me. You know, I was looking at the age of people there charging their electric cars up, and there was no younger people there at all. I mean, I think I was the youngest there, and I'm 53. And it must have been there was one guy there who was about 73. He could have been about 72 when he got there, when he first started charging, but it was 73 when I saw him. And there was 2 ladies there as well, who were probably in the 60s, late 60s or whatever. It's like the younger generation who are in work and not retired probably haven't got time to keep charging their electric cars. So anyway, telephone. There's always somebody ringing when I'm filming. I'll see you in a minute. Carry on. Keep your eyes on the road. Here's another one for you. Prince, little red Corvette. All right, let's change that to an EV. Let's say, is there one called Neo? I think there's a Neo, isn't there? Little red Neo, or little red Tesla. It doesn't work, does it? It's not as cool. You can't have somebody as cool as Prince singing little red Tesla or little red Ionic. It just doesn't work, does it? You see what I mean? They're not cool. They are not cool. EVs are for, as I've said, swingers, vegans, people who go into forests at 11:30 at night, as I've said, to walk the dog. Anyway, on that bombshell, let's keep going. Got to tell you, Scotland is a beautiful country. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. I drove down from North to South Wales last year, and I filmed that. If you haven't seen that, head back and have a look at it. Wales was one of the worst places that I found to charge cars. It was unbelievable. Scotland's, to be fair, been really good the last few times I've been there. Their infrastructure has been great, but in Wales, their infrastructure was terrible. They literally, I mean, I went to this little village, and there was no EV owners. In fact, I was the only EV owner in the village, and there was no chargers, and it was terrible. But what was I getting to? Oh yeah, I love watching The Simpsons, and they always kind of predict the future. If you've not heard that, Google it. The Simpsons predict the future. And they'd got electric cars on. It was an old one that I watched from a few years back. And they was predicting about electric cars. Have a look at that. If I've got it, then I'll put it in right here for you.
Welcome to the electric car of the future.
Hello, I'm an electric car. I can't go very fast or very far, and if you drive me, people will think you're gay.
Hopefully you saw it. I don't know whether you saw it because I haven't looked for it. If I've found it then. But yeah, they predicted electric cars. There you go. I wasn't far off with, you know, swingers and people who go into forests at 11:30 at night flashing the red lights, and wear upside down pineapples. Anyway, onwards. Hey, remember that song by Madness? I like driving in my car. You'd have to change that as well, wouldn't you, for EVs, for the EV revolution, wouldn't you? It'd have to be like something, I don't like driving in my car, because it won't go very far. I like to charge it night and day. The electric companies make me pay. You'd have to do something like that, wouldn't you? You'd have to change it. I'll tell you what, I'll stick to vlogging. I won't do singing. Come on, no, enough of the singing, enough of the, it's driving me nuts. I'm getting cabin fever in here. Only another 238 miles to go, 4 hours 34 minutes. Let me stop you there though, it'll be 5 hours 34 minutes because I've got to charge up again. 77% of battery, 185 miles of range, and it's 3:56 in the afternoon. So we're doing all right so far. It's not been eventful with the charging. It's not been overly bad, apart from the time taken. But you can imagine on a bank holiday, there is no way, nowhere near enough charging points on a bank holiday, which is when you want to go away with your family. You could be sat there another 2 or 3 hours, probably more, and then have to pay your fine for overstaying in the service station car park. So it's all right at the moment. I'm driving up on a Saturday on my own. You imagine having, let me just put this scenario in. I'm charging up, and this is why when I'm with Sarah, we go anywhere with Sarah and the children, we always go in a VW Golf diesel, because Sarah always says, well, you can't have the kids in the back. You can't. I mean, how long was I there for? James would be going up the wall. Harriet would be arguing with James. It'd be an absolute nightmare. It just wouldn't work. Practicality again, isn't it? They're just not fit for purpose. Well, I'm glad I'm not charging up now. Oh, you're having a laugh. My battery's running out on my GoPro. You can tell I'm not charging up now because I'd get absolutely wet through, wouldn't I? Because there's no, like I said, there's no canopies over the chargers. And all the people that actually made all the infrastructure thought, electric and water, it's all right, be fine. Anyway, you can tell we're in Scotland because it's raining. Here we go. We need this junction. Little update for you. So 60% of battery left. We're now coming into Stirling. 148 miles of range. It's now 4:36. We've got 194 miles to go, which is 3 hours 52 minutes. Don't forget we've got to add in the charge time as well, which will be another 45 minutes to an hour to charge up. So I'm not sure where we're going to do that yet. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to let it get lower so the evangelists don't have a go at me and going, oh, you should let it get low to about 15%, no lower than that though, and then charge it from there up to 80. Right, charge it to 80 and you'll be fine. Don't charge it over 80 though, because it's slow after that. Imagine going into a petrol station, right, and they go, oh, hang on a minute, don't fill it any further than 3/4 full, because, you know, what? Just go in and fill my tank up. Anyway, unless you're some people that I know, there are some. Now, who does this? If you've got a petrol car, just put, don't fill it all the way up, just put 20 or 30 quid in. Right, okay, I've done that, yeah, 20 or 30 quid. Why is that? Oh, because the weight of the petrol means we'll get less to the gallon. Hey? Yeah, Yorkshire thing that. Come on, let's keep going. I'm sorry, there's a VW electric car just gone by, and honestly, it looks dreadful. VW, this is Volkswagen, the people who invented the original Golf. It was iconic. Remember the 80s advert? Was that a Golf or a Polo? I can't remember, where she gets the keys and she's leaving or something. She's leaving her husband. takes off the fur coat, throws the ring away, and there's sad music playing. Then she's got the keys, and she's got the keys to her Golf, and goes, oh, and then it's all happy music. And it was a gorgeous car, the Golf GTI. It was one of the best cars that you could get. It was a sexy car. It was really, really nice. It was a classic car. And then VW, what are you building now? I mean, who's actually the designers at these car companies now, whatever you're drawing out, I've seen better looking skid marks than what you're producing on the paper there. Unbelievable. Honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself. These motor manufacturers are like, I think you've just given up. Duh. They know, don't they? They know people aren't going to be driving around in cars. Just throw anything out. Just chuck it out. Just do a box. There we go. Just come up with a box. Talking of golf, Glen Eagles, there we go. I don't know where this Waze is taking me. I seem to have come east to go west. Very odd indeed. Anyway, so I'll give you a bit of an update. Let me overtake this lorry here, tractor carrying a tractor. So what have we got? 51% of battery left. 126 miles of range, and I've got 171 miles left to go, and 3 hours 37 minutes. So I'm going to charge up at the next possible point and try and get some charging, because remember, charge when you can and not when you have to, and that way you won't fall in hot water and run out of battery. I just feel uneasy being in Scotland with mountains all around me, one petrol station, and well, I've got 51% of charge. Feel a little uneasy, I have to say. You do feel a lot better with a full tank of fuel. I mean, you imagine diesel. I reckon I could have got there and back in a diesel car. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Easy. But electric, not so much. Right, well, I've pulled in because I pulled into the services because I want to try and find, it says there's some charge points here on here, but all I can see is filling stations. Can't see any chargers at all. So I need to find some electric charge points, and I don't know where they are. Right, I'll have to ask my Porsche navigation system to route me to them, because all I can see is a petrol station. Right, so there's a load of Tesla charge points here which I can't use, and there's a charge point over there that's only a 50 kW one, and there's a car in that one. There's loads of Tesla charge points. That'll teach me for taking the mickey out of Tesla, won't it? But these here, this guy's already charging his really awful VW. There's another one waiting, a Polestar. So it's not happening, is it? Right, what I'm gonna have to do is, I've punched in half a mile, there's a Porsche dealership that should have charge points. So I'm going to go to that one. Hopefully the charge points are outside, because it might be closed. So fingers crossed. Yes, Porsche ones. Here we go. Let's pull up and let's go and charge up. Yes, get in. And better still, there's a Costa coffee over there as well. Authentication in progress. And plug in. Oh yes, come on, give me that juice. Preparing. Now this is where your heart starts going. Is it going to fail? It says preparing, charging in progress. Here we are. Wow, is this one charging all right? Have a look, see how long it'll take. £6.21, that's virtually an hour. I don't think it's going to take that long. Anyway, I'm going to go to Costa, get a coffee, get a little snackette, and then get on the way. It's weird though where Waze has brought me. Have a look on the map, because it's brought me over that way to go that way. I mean, I've never been to Perth before, I don't think anyway, so and all in all at the moment things are running smoothly, albeit it does show you the amount of time that it adds on to your journey. It's absolutely insane. I probably could have been there if I had just got in my car, in my diesel car, and driven there. It's nuts, isn't it? This is why I say to you, the governments and the powers that be, this is just a ploy to get us off the road, really. In my opinion, I will say in my opinion, I could be wrong. But as I say, like my dad used to say, I've only ever been wrong once, and that's when I thought I was wrong, but I wasn't. Coffee time. Right, so £6.05, add that to the bill as well, and then my sandwiches and iron brew that I had before, and my Monster Munch, I think they were about £6 odd as well, so add them to it as well. There you go. Anyway, all adds up. It's electric car business, doesn't it, eh? Not as cheap as they make out. Right, let's unplug this. I tell you what, it's making me beam now. I'm smiling. A Tesla driver's just pulled in and they're looking at a 911. There you go, Tesla drivers. That's how bad they are. He's thinking, oh, I want to get rid of this suppository and get a proper car. Maybe day that one is. A Tesla driver looking at a 911. Right, let's have a look. What's it cost me? This is a bit more expensive. These Porsche ones are more expensive, aren't they? £32.29, 50.24 kilowatts, 38 minutes charging there. It's now 7 minutes past 6. I'm not going to make it there, am I? And I don't know why I'm on this side of Scotland when I need to be there. I don't know why it's took me that way. Maybe because it's going across mountains or something. I've no idea. Anyway, how long have we got now? Let's have a look. Let's see how far we've got to go to get to the Isle of Skye guest house, which is not where I'm stopping, but I just put that in. Let's go. It's 159 miles, 3 hours and 30 minutes. It says I should get there at 21:38. Doesn't get dark here until 6 minutes past 10, which is mad, isn't it? It's lighter at night up here, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on the road. 100%, 250 mile range. So come on, onwards, my friends. Wow, I've got to tell you, Scotland, if you've never been to Scotland, you have to come here. It's absolutely gorgeous. The mountains, the trees, there's a river down there. You can't see it here on the camera, but it's amazing. It really is amazing. And I feel good because I've got 94% of battery and I've got 232 miles of range. It's only 142 miles to where we're going now, but as I say, I'm going to stop off and just enjoy the journey, because a lot of people, like, you know, say, oh, you know, we just want to get there, but it's the journey as much as the destination, I think. Oh wow, it's just it's gorgeous, you know. And even if you take the wrong turning, my other sister always says, well, I've never been here before, something that, you know, something we haven't seen. It's great. I love it. I love Scotland. I feel an affinity to Scotland. I love it. I am half Scottish, so I guess that's probably why it is. Anyway, come on, onwards. Just had a bit of hot 80s on. Love listening to 80s music. Billy Ocean, get into my car, get in the backseat, baby. Now, it wouldn't work again, would it, if he's got like one of them, I don't know, Teslas or a Ionic or whatever. Get into my car. No thanks, I'm all right. I'll go down a little bit further and see if there's any other guys with, you know, more manly cars, like, I don't know, Ford Mustang or something, you know. But no, Ionic, don't think so. Doesn't work, does it? Gotta tell you, getting tired now. It's 6:51, 86% of battery, 211 miles of range, and let me just check my speed here. and I'm getting tired, so I'm going to keep going for a bit. I've got another 122 miles to go, so I'm going to keep going for a while. It's not going to get dark till 10. I've got nowhere to stop in mind. If there's a bed and breakfast or whatever, you know, I'll just see if they've got any room at the inn, and then stop there. 74 miles to Inverness or whatever, but I don't know where that is. We're in the middle of, right in the middle of Scotland, near Calvin. Wow, it is beautiful though. I was just thinking, by the way, how I was saying that the powers that be expect us to drive electric vehicles while they fly around in their jets, private jets, etc., and, you know, have a cascade of gas guzzling cars. And I was thinking, when the president, what's his name, Biden, that's it, when he came over to the UK, he actually brought all his cascade of cars on a plane with him, and yet they expect us to drive electric cars. Hang on a minute, let's just press pause. There's something wrong here, isn't there? Doesn't add up, does it? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, there we go. Lots of us can't see it, and some of us can. It is windy. We are now in the Scottish Highlands, and I've got to say, there's low cloud, lots of mountains, and it's very eerie. I can't explain it. It just feels eerie. I wouldn't want to run out of electricity in my car here, I can tell you, because definitely not. It's very eerie. Beautiful, but eerie. Got to tell you, there's no way that I would want to do this trip in winter. I mean, there's nothing around here now for miles. It's just a road with fields, mountains, fields. I've got no mobile phone signal, so yeah, I mean, it's beautiful, but no, definitely wouldn't want to do this in winter. Crikey. I mean, I don't think I'm going to find a Premier Inn here, I can tell you that. I've literally had no mobile phone signal now for the last 10-15 minutes, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. There's literally, I've probably seen one house there which is in the middle of nowhere. What do they do if they want a Chinese takeaway at night? You can't have one, can you? I'll just nip down the road, I'll be back in 2 hours. Put the microwave on. In fact, don't put the microwave on because there's probably no power. It's still no mobile phone signal. I've got 173 miles of range, 72% of battery. It's 7:30. Doesn't get dark until 10:10. There is a place there that I can get jam, cake and eggs from, apparently. It's odd. It's just I feel uncomfortable. I like my creature comforts. Patak Falls. It's yeah, I just want to get where there's some shops and a bed and breakfast and pull over for the night. We're coming up to Loch Lagan or something in a bit. Hopefully we can pull over and see it. It's beautiful. It just puts me on edge, and I don't know if it's because I'm in an electric car. I mean, there was a filling station before we got to all these roads where there's nothing around, and there was a sign saying last filling station for 70 miles. So you got a filling station, but there was no charge point, so it's a good job I charged where I did. I've got plenty of power, but I don't know, for some reason I just feel uneasy is the word. But it is very, very beautiful. It's gorgeous. You know, there's Loch Lagan to my left here, but you can't see it. You can only just see little parts of it through the trees, and it's too windy to get my drone up, otherwise it'll get blown away. I want to be able to show you. It's absolutely amazing. I can see it just through the trees there, but in all the laybys you can't see it. You need to, I wish I could pull in. Absolutely amazing. We've got low clouds on the mountains there. It's gorgeous, but I just want to be able to pull in and see it. If you're watching Scottish Tourist Board, make a little lay-by and just take a few of the trees out and plant them somewhere else. Right, I'm just going to pull in here for 1 second and show you this. Langar Dam. Looks lovely, really does. Oh, here we go. Core blimey, it's a bit brisk and it's summer as well. Crikey. Here we go, just look at this. Oh, it's a bit brisk and I need a wee as well. I didn't go here just in case a car comes by. Apparently legally you've got to wee against your front left wheel, is it, or something? I'm not doing it, not here. Anyway, it's too cold. And I've still got no mobile phone signal. It's crackers, isn't it? However, years ago when we didn't have mobile phones, I mean, what did we do then? We didn't have them then, did we? So how many more miles have we got here? I am going to try and find somewhere to stay, but where is there? I might end up sleeping in the car. 66% of battery, 157 miles of range, 116 miles to destination, which is 2 hours 37, but I need to find somewhere to stop. So come on, let's get out of here. Right, I'm at a place called Speen Bridge, and I'm just going to go and see if there's any rooms, because it's like 8 minutes past 8. We've got another 70 miles to go, and I don't want to end up in the middle of nowhere, so I'm just going to go and find out. Let's turn this milk float off. I can smell fish and chips. No rooms at the inn, I'm afraid. There's some more hotels down there, but there is a fish and chip shop at the back of here now. It is 8:15, so I think I might have to have some fish and chips and then find somewhere to eat. At a push, I'm gonna have to sleep in the car, but it's not ideal really, is it? No, it's just the restaurants and you can take away fish and chips. Didn't like the look of it. It all feels a bit odd. Feels a bit strange. I don't know. It just feels odd. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get back in the car, see if we can find somewhere to stay. Now, I went in and there was literally nobody in there. It was like a restaurant with tables and nobody in there. Odd. Very, very strange. Right, come on, onwards. Right, every bed and breakfast that I've passed has said full. It's getting dark now, well, dusk anyway. Got 142 miles of range, 60% of battery, so we're all right with that. But I'm literally just in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to go home. I want to go home. It's I don't know. I just feel a bit. You know, sometimes you feel a bit uneasy. I just feel a bit uneasy. I don't know why. I think it's unfamiliarity, isn't it? You know, going into these places and I don't know where we are. There's not a lot around. It's like a little villages dotted around with nothing there, and I feel, I don't know, it's going dark now, isn't it? I just don't feel like I wanted to stop the night there. In fact, I'd rather stop in my car. And look, I've got just mountains and everything now. I just want civilization. Take me back to civilization. Right, just to quickly show you Lochie while I'm here. It's beautiful, but I just need somewhere to stay. But have a quick look, come on. Let's turn this milk float off again. Oh, right. Wow, look at the clouds. This is mad. Wow, just look at this. Right, back in the car. It's a bit spooky, isn't it? Could do with the McDonald's just here, couldn't you really? And a Costa there. Just kidding, don't start. Oh, right, come on.
Go straight on for 14 minutes to A87.
58 miles now to the Isle of Skye. get there at 10, but I just want to stop somewhere. I'm shattered. I want me dinner. I want fish and chip. I want me tea. I want me tea. Right, come on, onwards. Right, Invergary, and there's a hotel here. I'm going to see whether there's any rooms for the night. Fingers crossed. This is not looking good. No rooms at the inn. One more up there, but everywhere seems full. I can see me sleeping in the milk float. Right. Oh dear. I'm shattered. This is turning out to be a bit of a nightmare. Right, come on, onwards. My stomach's actually turning now because I want to find somewhere to stay, but I've had to pull in because this is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, let's get out and take a look at this. Honestly, the world is a beautiful place. Wow, just look at this. I mean, I'm not going to put any music over it, just look at this. You know what? That was beginning to look really good and sound good, but then you got that internal combustion car starting the noisy engine. Get an electric car. Let's do it again. Right, let's get back in the car and try and find some civilization. I'm hungry. Right, come on. Let's get out of here. Good grief. We're losing light now. We've got about another 50 minutes of light and then that's it. So there we go. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I have to say I am terrified now because I'm at 47%, 111 miles, and it's miles away to the nearest charge point. It's getting dark. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm right next to a lock. There is no towns or anything. I'm just in the middle of nowhere. This was the worst idea that I've ever had. I don't want to be stuck in my car overnight, sleeping in my car next to a lock. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's not somewhere that I want to be overnight. Yeah, no. I mean, there's a guy in a camper van there. I wonder whether he'd let me sleep in his van. It's not good. I'm running out of battery on my. I mean, it's beautiful, but yeah, not good. I'm 35 miles from the Isle of Skye now. The worst idea. I am pretty terrified now. It sounds daft, but it's dusk. There's mountains, there's locks, there's not a lot of people around. It's, yeah, you know what I mean. Right, it's a long shot. The Cluany Inn. See if they've got any rooms. Right, so they have rooms, but it's £300 for the room. I think not. I think I'd rather sleep in the car. 300 quid. 300 quid. No thanks. Right, there is supposed to be a charge point as well, because I'm down to 44%, 109 miles, and it's charge when you can, not when you have to. So I am going to go to the nearest charge point, and it's not a very high powered one, but I can always sleep in the car while it's charging. Come on, onwards. Right, this is where now I'm feeling a bit sick because
take the second left into Destination Street.
There's a charger here, but the thing is it working? I'm feeling a bit, I'm shaking, I feel a bit on edge. Please work.
Now turn right into Destination Street.
Is this the charger? Please work. Please work. Please work. Here we go. Let's turn
You have reached your destination.
Turn it off.
The destination is on the left.
Right,
side
let's
of
try
the
this.
road.
Okay, thank you. Let's try this. Use your phone to authenticate this. Oh no. Charge Place Scotland. I've got the app, so I need my phone. Right. So it's charging and it's now 9:45. And it says it'll be charged at 11:13 PM tonight. So at least it's charging anyway. I think I'm just gonna have a bit of a wander around and look around and see what's around here. I mean, it's not dark yet. Shame this place isn't open, otherwise I could have had a coffee. I've got some iron brew in the car though. Let's have a look. There's water over there and waterfalls. Let's have a quick look around. There's a barn over there as well. I mean, there's a campsite up here. I don't know whether I can just take my car and sleep in the car at the campsite. Right, well there's a campsite there, but there's just a car park at the side of it. I think I'll just go and have a rest in the car for a bit. I mean, it could be worse. The charger could have not worked. I have to say, Charge Point or Charge Place Scotland, whatever it is very good, to be fair. But whew, I was beginning to worry when it gets below sort of like 50%, 49%, I start to nip buttons off the seat. Crikey. Whew. Right. Oh dear. Charged at 11:13 p.m, 45%. So might as well have a little nap. I think I'll lock the doors though. I don't want to get abducted or anything or go missing. There'll just be my car there in the morning. What happened to the Macmaster? Where is he? It's probably in a Costa somewhere. There isn't any. I'll see you in a minute. What's that noise? What's that noise? Ooh. So I'm sat in the car while it's charging. I was just having a nap and I can hear the car buzzing and I can feel a vibration. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me see if you can hear it. It's making a weird noise. And I can feel a vibration. I don't like this at all. I don't like sitting in an electric car while it's charging. It's not nice. It's not a nice feeling, but it's pretty cool outside, and hopefully it won't be really hot in here very soon. Yeah, it's not good. Right, I don't know whether you can see me. It is now 11:05. I'm trying to end the session here, and I think it's well, it says it's 99% on the phone, but it's 100% finished. So it's charged. It's around. It says 36.93, so £36.93. 53.235 kilowatts power drawn. So that's roughly what it is, probably a little bit more because it has charged at 100%, but this app hasn't catched up. So I will see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna have a quick nap in the car and then we'll get on the way. Probably would have been there and back in a diesel, wouldn't we? But there you go, you live and learn. I told you, EVs terrible. Oh, right. Good morning, my friends. It is 4:15 in the morning, and it's peeing it down. It's raining. I did manage to get some sleep. Lucky I got my mum's cushion here out of the boot. I used to keep this in the car for my mum to sit on when I had my Porsche Boxster, because she wasn't very comfortable and she wanted to sit higher up. So I've got that. Slept on that, got a little blanket. It was only dark for about 2 hours up here. We're going to get back on the road shortly in about another 40 minutes. I need to, I say nip to the little boys' room. I need to relieve myself somewhere in the bushes, and then we'll get back on the road again. Crikey, This is the reality of electric car ownership, my friends, if you want to go on long journeys. At least we managed to get charged, and we'll start off again in a minute. So I'll see you in a minute. Oh dear, and I haven't even had any dinner last night either. I'm a bit peckish, I have to tell you. No food. I managed to have a banana. Anyway, right, I'll see you in a minute. Right, don't know if you can see me. It's now 4:51 AM. I'm going to get back on the road. It's 37. It came to £37.45 to charge here. We're down to 99% now because I've had to put the heater on. It's a bit cold. 240 miles of range, and then we're going to head back on the road. Let's see how long it's going to take us to get there, to the Isle of Skye guest house.
Let's take A87.
It's going to take 25 minutes to get
Go
there.
Straight on for 25 minutes.
There we go. So we're going to set off on the road and just get there and then park up and hopefully try and find somewhere to eat. So come on, onwards. Right, I've had to pull in here. It's still only 8:05 in the morning, but this is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to pull the car over. It is drizzling a little bit, but just sheer beauty. I mean, wow. Forget the electric cars, forget the whinging and the whining about electric cars. Come on, let's just go and have a look at this. Oh, wow. This is unbelievable. Wow. Just wow, look. Got the birds singing, got a castle over there. Wow. What is it called? Isle Donnan Castle. Oh, if only the restaurant was open for a coffee. Come on, back in the car. It's a bit nippy. Oh, it's a bit nippy. Come on, onwards. Let's put the heated seat on. Crikey, I tell you what, it's colder up north. Right, I've just pulled over because it's still early. It's 5:23 in the morning. I'm going to download some footage onto my computer, have a little rest, and then we're going to get out and have a look at this view. It is absolutely, it's breathtaking. Now, I'll just quickly show you through the window now, and then we'll get out in a minute. Just look at that. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Unbelievable. Got some caravans and stuff pulled in here. It's obviously stayed here overnight, etc. But this is, what is this, Loch Alsh, I think it's called. Absolutely gorgeous. Gonna have a rest up for a bit, download some footage, show you around. We're not far now. We're literally 5 miles from the Isle of Skye. I just want to find somewhere to have a coffee then as well. This is just a fantastic journey. Probably would have been a lot easier in a diesel car though, but there we go. Anyway, I'm going to rest up for a bit and I'll see you in a minute. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, at this time in the morning as well, with the sun just rising, and you can see over there the sun and the light and everything. It's just fantastic. Wow. It's just cold though. It's a bit chilly. Right, let's make a move. Let's get to the Isle of Skye and then let's get back to England. Come on, onwards. Oh dear. It's been a long journey so far and it isn't over yet. Crikey. I need a 24-hour coffee place and there isn't any up here. At least we found a charger. At least we found a charger. And I think we might have to charge, if we pass that one on the way back, we'll charge there and get a charge in it again. We don't want to be running out. Charge when you can and not when you have to. Right, I've just pulled in again because there's a viewpoint here. So let's go and have a look. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. Just look at this. Right, back in the car again. Come on, keep stopping. It's just breathtaking. Onwards, my friends. Right, so crossing the Skye Bridge, and I'm guessing we are here. Welcome to the Isle of Skye. We made it! We made it! Yes! 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 Ooh. Here we are, we're in the Isle of Skye. Wow, we're here. There's the Isle of Skye guest house. We made it. Yes, good old Taycan. Oh, can't believe it, we made it. Right, let's go and have a little walk around for a minute, put our feet on the Isle of Skye, and then I guess we'll just head back. We made it, and then we'll head back. But it did it. There we go. Fantastic. I just need a coffee, and there is nowhere open. It's too early. Maybe I should have brought a flask. Anyway, let's have a little wander around. Might have to get my coat. Now then, I've said all along that Scotland has a better infrastructure than England, and we're here on the Isle of Skye, and here we go, charge points. Look, although you've only got a maximum stay of 45 minutes, that's not going to charge it very much, is it? So you've got charge points on the Isle of Skye, so it's not too bad. I tell you, Charge Point Scotland is very good. Charge Place Scotland is excellent, I've got to say. Hats off. Every time I've been to Scotland, the charging network has been excellent. So there you go. What have we got over here? Saucy Mary's Restaurant and Lodge. Saucy Mary's. I saw that online and I was looking for a place to stay here, and I thought, Saucy Mary's, I don't fancy stopping there. Sounds like where all the EV owners had stayed, doesn't it? War Memorial and Viewpoint. Oh, let's go and have a look. Guessing it's up these steps. Here we go. Don't think I'm going to find a latte, a skinny latte up here though. Where are we? I think I'm going the right way. War Memorial and this is it, to the Viewpoint. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Nothing else to say. Right, let's head back down. Oh, I just wish somewhere was open for a coffee. Sunday morning though, when I'm filming this, and it's 20 past 6 in the morning, 25 past 6. I mean, I'm thinking, do I put a bit more charge in there? But I'm already about 92%. I know it says charge when you can and not when you have to, but it seems like I've only just finished charging, doesn't it? I don't know, probably have a bit of a wander around anyway, but I think after this, when we wrap this up in a bit, I might drive from here and then down to the Lake District and take you with me on that journey as well, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Oh, you know what? It's at 91%. I think I am just going to drive over there and just top it back up again. Just in case. One never knows. One never knows. Right, come on, a little bit more juice in it. Right, got the right cable. As I say, 3 different plugs there to choose from. They should just standardise it. And I don't. Is that going to reach? I may have to pull the car forward a bit. It's a bit tight. Let's try. That'll do. Don't want to break it off. Right, and now I need the Charge Place app, and we just need the number for it, I think. Is there a number for it? Should be a number for it. Right, with Charge Place Scotland, you can use the app, but you can also order a card as well. Now, I'd highly recommend that you get a card. I haven't got one at the moment, but I do need one because you can just tap your card on it. You can use the app. I was looking for a number, and I mean, normally it's quite big, but it's here, look. That's the number. So there we go, and it says starting. But it hasn't actually started yet. I don't know what it's doing. It's communicating with the car, so I've no idea. It sounds like it's doing something. Oh no, car's ticking. It says please wait. Yes, we've got a charge coming through. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. 91%. Might as well get it up to 100 while we're here, aren't we? Nothing else better to do. Right, that's finished charging. If we can get this out, there we go. £7.28 in total, just to top it up there. Worth it though, peace of mind. Let me just put this back on there, stay there. Right, let's get you on the roof here. So, we made it to the Isle of Skye. Straighten you up there. What a beautiful place Scotland is. And so is the Lake District, where we're going to head off in the next episode. We're going to go from Scotland all the way down to the Lake District to Bowness on Windermere. I hope you're going to join me for that one. Thank you for joining me along the way here. It's been an adventure, hasn't it? And we made it. And this little milk float did the job. I think the moral of the story is with electric cars is charge when you can and not when you have to, or maybe just don't get one at all and just get a diesel and go up and do your journey in one day a lot quicker. As I've said, electric cars, and I think I've proven the point, they're a faff, aren't they? They really are a faff. I mean, you literally could have got Jeff Buys Cars, who is a channel. If you've not seen him, I'll pop his link in the description down below. He's got the same opinion. They're not really fit for purpose, are they? Are they really? Short journeys, yeah, if you're going to just nip to the shops and back, but on long journeys, it really does add quite a few hours on your journey. But it did it. I'm not going to call this this milk float at all. It did it, and it's been a bit of an adventure. And we're going to do another one now. We're going to head off to the Lake District. Shouldn't be as bad. I think it's about 6 hours or something. So join me for that one. I don't think it'll be as epic as this one, but it should be fun. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for staying right to the end. It's been a bit of a trek, this one, hasn't it? But what a beautiful place. I just need to find somewhere for a coffee. And Saucy Mary's is opening, but I don't think I want to go there. It's a bit odd, isn't it? Be a lot of people in there who've parked up their EV and gone in, you know, chucked the keys in a bowl. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.